Click on JL.
I originally set out to do this week's segment about the wristwatch phone, but when it came time to do a demo,
The wristwatch phone was great. You just cannot get it wet. Sweat, any type of moisture will cause it not to work.
that got me thinking about cell phones and other devices I've had that just didn't last very long. It was time for me to try out a new kind of cell phone. So my friends at Verizon Wireless suggested I try something more, well, JL-proof.
This is called the GZ1. It's a great phone set to military specifications. Ooh, cool, right? So that means that it is water resistant, dust resistant, and shock resistant.
And as it turns out, my cameraman Stone already had a GZ for himself.
I do like it. It's the only phone I've ever had where I can just drop it on the ground and not worry about it.
Well, it would seem the GZ1 is the perfect phone for me to test out in my own unique way.
If there's a way to break it, I'm sure JL could find it, whether he means to or not.
And I couldn't wait to get started with all my what-if experiments. Like, what if I accidentally dropped it? Or kicked it? Or accidentally dropped it and kicked it? Downstairs. The GZ was holding up just fine. So, what if I left it in the freezer? Or somehow it ended up in a vending machine and I had to pay to get it back. It could happen. Not a problem. You know, I could do this all day. So I decided to skip right to the biggest what if nearby. What if I was climbing the WYFF receiver tower and accidentally dropped it 180 feet? In the scorching 100-degree heat, I finally got to a point where I felt as high as I felt like climbing.
This is exhausting.
And up there in the crisp, clean air, I had a sudden realization.
Perhaps I'm doing something wrong in my life that I would need a phone that I can drop from 80 feet. Maybe the phone isn't the problem.
And with that, I decided that some things are better left untested. Even though I had a suspicion that the GZ probably would have survived the fall.
But I gotta tell you, I didn't come all the way up here not to throw something. So I brought some extra cell phones. Let's see how they do. Here we go. Ugh! That was a little anticlimactic, huh? For WYFF4.com, I'm JL Watkins.